George, where's your ball? Good morning from Earthlingborough. Another early start. I think it's maybe 7:15. Come on, George! Georgie! George and I are just walking to the lock to get it ready, as is, you know, normal procedure. Michael will bring the boat down. This is the mooring at Earthlingborough, which is really close to the lock. The lock we got stuck through after the thunderstorm when we came the other way. Hopefully no issues today. So I'm at the lock and I'm in standard but button pushing position. So this is day 4 of our trip to home after the Crick boat show. We're in Earthlingborough. I think we're going to go to either Oundle or Fotheringhay today, which are both really long cruises. But before Oundle there's nothing for maybe 3 or 4 hours in terms of mooring, so we have to get there. But if you remember last time, we didn't like it there. Well, it's lovely, but mooring there is really hard in the wind. And it's windy today, and it was hard mooring up last night in the wind, and we had mooring bollards, and in Oundle it's just a field. So yeah, I kind of think we should go to Fotheringhay, although thinking about it, there's probably the same issues in Fotheringhay, so I don't know what we're going to do. Anyway, it's going to be a long day. And this is the first of, I think, 14 locks, 12 locks, I don't know, a lot of locks. But the other thing is, it's not sunny today. It might get sunny later this afternoon, but for now, it's a little bit overcast and a little bit grey and cold. But never mind, we'll still have a good day on the River Nene. So water levels are definitely down from when we travelled up. When we travelled up, I'm sure the water was overtopping the lock. And that's why you open the gate slowly when you're coming up, because there's a lot of turbulence in that lock. But as there's no boat in there, I've opened it fully. Oh, and there comes Michael. Let's go and open the other gate. And by gate I mean paddle. George is oh, there's George's poo bag. I won't forget that. George is just parked up, questioning why he isn't being. Where's your ball? Oh, it's there. Right. What'd you drop it for, you silly monkey? No, don't you go in the lock. Don't you go in the lock. So this is going to be our first delay, getting this silly gosling out of the lock. Because Mummy Goose is not happy. So the boat's in the lock, but so is the gosling. And the gosling family are not happy. And the gosling's not happy.
We can get them out the lock.
That's it, swim that way. That's it, go that way. Clever geese. Now tell that child off.
She was trying so hard to be like, I'm a brave ducky. And then I don't know what to do. I'm panicking. Mom and Dad are like, well, help. It's okay. It's okay. Whew, family drama. We should get some duck food. We go down. We go descendo changeo.
Okay, got the food bag. Got the ball. Where's the ball? Come on. Got the dog. On the boat. On the boat. On the boat. On the boat.
Okay, okay, but where's my ball?
Oh, now we're stuck in the tree.
No, we've missed the tree. We're pointing towards Cambridge.
Okay, I've been on the boat 5 minutes. George has already tied himself up twice.
And Jojo's already whinged about George tying himself up at least once.
Come on, you
So
whinge.
by the end of the day, will we be at 3,000 to 4,000 times?
You whinge about him too.
That's true.
Okay, so that was Earthlingborough lock. The first lock of the day. We have 1, 2, 2.5 miles to get to Upper Ringstead Lock. And do you want to hear the good news about Upper Ringstead Lock?
It's a wheel. Yeah. From here down, Michael does a lot of spinning. But not in the, like, spinning class way. Not in the pottery spinning way. Not even in the dervish fashion.
What's it? Oh, it's like a twirling.
Whirling dervish.
That does not seem right. All this effort, this lock literally drops down 2 foot. Not even that. And this is the lock they were servicing when we came through the other way. And their last words were, "This is as good as it gets in terms of how well that wheel spins." All this to move a foot.
I have so much enthusiasm for these guys. Big fan of the EA. Big fan. George, back this way, back over, yep, this way, fast like a bunny, quick like a bunny, oh, like a bunny, on that boat, oh, such a good doggy, Daddy gonna die now, Daddy collapsed, have heart attack, Daddy dead, no more Daddy.
So we just got to Lower Ringstead Lock, which has got a push button, which is good because Michael hasn't recovered from the wheel at the last one, which was heavy. And yeah, it is worrying because that is the one that we saw them servicing like a month ago. And yeah, I couldn't have done it on my own. Whew. But yeah, luckily push button at this one. So this lock is Upper Ringstead, and it's by Willie Watt Marina, which is just on the other side of the fence. Chandlery Dry Dock, Hire Boat and Tea Room.
So I'll explain again that Willie Watt Marina is named after the Willie Watt, a measure of the amount of power and generated required to lift a kilogram of water 1 inch using your penis.
What are you saying?
What?
What are you saying?
Nothing.
You look guilty.
I don't feel guilty at all.
This lock's overtopping, so as it drops, it's going to be pushing Michael forward. We've got these microphones now that I can record in stereo if I use the right setting, which means when I play it back, I can isolate my audio and Michael's audio. And I think he was just being very rude about me. But I'll find out when I edit. What's your beef, George? What's your beef?
George has decided to not keep relaying his fascinating opinions on Chilean wines. Oh, no, there he is. Yeah. The 1938 Sauvignon de Santanegro, okay. As a fruity texture, and
everyone always tells us what a good dog you are, George. This is the behaviour they don't see. See, George, I haven't forgotten you. On the boat! On the boat! George, on the boat! On the boat! On the boat!
Individuals who have donated their time to learn the time-tested techniques behind finding someone, stabilizing their condition, and extracting them from the most remote and dangerous environments on Earth. We wanted to learn more about this, so we made a
So this is Woodford Lock, and Michael is just using some nail varnish remover to remove some offensive graffiti from the balance beam. I haven't asked him what he said, and I don't really want to know. Oh, so apparently he's taking all of the graffiti off. Thank you for doing that. Oh, more over there apparently. Drips. That cloth can be rubbish now.
Oh, it's gone. Ripped to pieces.
We missed a boat, like literally just came out. So that's annoying. So I think this one's Denford Lock or something like that. And Michael's back on the wheel. This one's going down fast, which could mean that it's not balanced and it's gonna be a pain to take up. It's literally just dropping on its own. Boat's in the lock, and Michael is raising the gate to let us out. I-slip lock, push button good. Michael still hasn't recovered from the last lock, Denford Lock. And we've been talking about it, and we think the wheels are definitely worse than they were last year, because we didn't struggle this much last year. Oh, George. We've just got to Titchmarsh Lock, and there's this notice that says due to a mechanical failure, Wilford Lock is closed until further notice. So, yeah.
There's the current state of the lock. Obviously some stuff's in pieces. And that's how we're all moored up at the moment. But George is happy. He's off on land. Come on, George. I mean, apparently that boat's been stuck in there since Saturday. Of course, I can't get a shot of the boat. I'm getting a shot of the fence. That little fiberglass boat's been stuck in there since Saturday. All because of a piece of wood or something wedged into that wheel down there. England portrait. So we're at, well,
Milford.
yeah, Wilford Lock, but I was going to say it's like the lock. The lock that won't be locking because it's locked. Yeah, there's a team out here from the EA. There's 2 vans and 4 guys, 5 guys possibly, and they've taken everything to pieces. So apparently, somehow, a piece of wood got jammed into one of these sort of railway wheels. Like, essentially the gate runs up and down with these big wheels that just free spin.
So they're on the cables go through there.
I think the cables go through, I'm not really sure how is all done with the chain or anything, but I'm pretty sure that goes to the top and then comes down and holds onto the top of the counterbalance, or the gate on one side and the counterbalance on the other.
And the wheels just roll up and down and keep
the wheels, I think, just freewheel up and down.
Keep everything in place, kind of.
Yeah, just keep it going in a straight line. And there's like some I-beams or something, so they're kind of like train wheels, big train wheels moving up and down in this shaft to keep everything from shifting.
Anyway.
Somehow a piece of wood or something, he thinks it's a piece of wood, got wedged into one wheel and stopped that wheel from moving on one side, which meant that any time to move from then on, it was like grinding up and down. So for however long that's been happening, the electrical motor, as it's been driving up and down, has just been stripping its own gears, and I guess it just completely failed. So the whole gearbox is in pieces and taken off and being sent off for servicing. There's a ladder down in the lock. There's a fiberglass boat down in the lock that apparently has been stuck there since Saturday. There's a wide beam that we're moored up against that nobody knows where the boaters are. They might have just locked up and left. And yeah, who knows how long it'll take for them to get it repaired.
But not anytime soon.
No.
So I'm going to go and get back on the boat, tidy up, do some work, I guess.
And I'm going to hang out and stare at things.
Do you want to just bring George back to stop him?
Yeah, let's get him back on the boat.
We'll let you know what happens. We're going in.
Yeah. Here's hoping we don't get stuck halfway down. Alright, can you tell me how much clearance I got on the right hand?
Quite a lot, half a foot. Half a foot.
I mean, considering the guy who's been inside the lock has been inside there since Saturday, we got lucky.
We got lucky with the timing. No, I just wondered if
We didn't get as lucky as the people coming up.
We just turned up.
Yeah.
I just wondered if they were going through the next few lots.
I don't know. How far are you guys headed?
Don't know yet.
Don't know yet. Fair enough.
As far as we get.
As far as you get. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. So anything else to talk about, or shall I stop recording?
Well, may as well describe what happened.
Okay. So what happened?
Well, so we pulled up at Wilford Lock, and there was a small narrowboat in front of us, the one that is currently in front of us, and there's a wide beam that was moored up there. We moored up to the wide beam because the narrowboat was, I don't know, probably 48 feet or something, so we didn't want to try and hang out over the end. And got George off, went up and looked at everything, and there were a whole bunch of guys from the EA whacking away at things with hammers and crowbars and doing all sorts of...
I was falling asleep in the bed and all I could hear was the banging on the lock.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure what the banging was doing, but basically the guillotine 3 wheels that are on each side, so there's 6 wheels total, and they're basically like railroad bogies, and they don't always rotate. They just sort of move up and down, and where they run into the side of the lock, they rotate to keep everything aligned. And I guess what had happened before we arrived was they showed up, found that something was badly stripped inside the the motor, around the bearing or the gearbox or something, decided that that needed to be repaired. So that was the problem, right? took some pieces off, sent it out for repair. This is where we got told that there were some pieces that were incoming, which I guess was the gearbox. Truck showed up with the gearbox or whatever it was that came back. They got it all assembled, went, okay, right, time to move it. We were showing up at exactly the moment where it was like, this should all just happen. And then all of a sudden the door jammed. And at that point, somebody went, oh, apparently there's something that's keeping the door from moving. And maybe that's why the...
So they didn't need to send the gearbox off, but they just needed to...
Well, no, they needed to repair the gearbox.
Oh, because
the most likely thing is that either for some amount of time or just the last time somebody moved it, wheel got jammed. Wheel being jammed caused the whole gate to shift.
Yeah.
Whole gate shifting meant that now the whole thing seizes up and the gearbox tries to keep moving. And then somebody's pushing the buttons trying to keep moving the gearbox, and eventually it just winds up enough to heat up and damage its own ball bearings and screw up all of the gearing and stuff. So then it's like, oh, there's a mechanical failure, but that mechanical failure has now been caused by another mechanical failure that nobody's diagnosed, which is the wheel itself, or sorry, the weighted guillotine itself not being able to freely move. So when they went to move it, after attaching an adapter or something to try and move it manually, they found that it was jammed. So that's when they got the ladder down, and the guy came down the ladder. So by the time we got down there, he's trying to free this piece of wood that was holding the one bogie locked in place. Well, he got in there with a wood saw and started chipping away at the wood, and he was making good progress, but then he got partway along, and all of a sudden the blade of the saw started seizing in place because all of that weight of the counterweight is squishing forward. So something unknown was causing it to all go a bit out of whack. So yeah, a whole bunch of toing and froing and pushing and pulling and smashing and bashing and quite a large number of swearing type situations. And
I'm just grateful we're through, because we were like, are we even going to get home? Like,
oh dear Lord, it's cold back here.
So we're probably stuck there about 2 hours.
Yeah, slowed down our day quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a bit. I mean, I got a little rest, but you didn't.
No. And I was all like, if we make it down on time, we could push as far farther.
I still think we could. It's only an hour and a half extra. We're just arriving at the next lock, and there was a boat coming out, so we got lucky again because it's already set for us. Do you want to get off and do stuff? I'll stay on the boat.
Supreme Soviet in May 1960, and deputy at his dacha in Pinsunda in Georgia.
So we're back at Michael's least favourite lock. This is the one he had to single hand. Because I had to walk because I couldn't get to it. But luckily there's someone else doing the winding. So yeah, always good when you get to share a lock.
Never really know what's going on.
Oh look, they've been shaved bald.
You look so smart. Very
Look
nice.
at you, so trim. You were all wearing your wool coats when we saw you last.
There are the things I want to know.
There's another one.
Secret stars.
Yeah, I did, thank you.
But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy.
We're tired, we're cold. We've come so far today. We thought we'd make it to Oundle,
We made it to Fotheringay.
which is even further,
And it's
we
right
ha-
behind us.
and we had a 2-hour stop. So yeah.
Yeah, we had a 2-hour stop at Lilford Lock for a busted lock. That was good fun. We made it through.
I'm really impressed that the EA were there fixing it. I mean, part of it was luck that we turned up at the right time, but also, like, it was quite impressive the fact that they were out and doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because apparently the stoppage went in on Saturday, and then I don't know what happened.
It's Monday today.
But it's
not
Monday
Tuesday.
this morning. We show up and they've been working since 9 o'clock in the morning trying to get it fixed, and they got it well, not fixed, but they got it to the point where they could get boats through within 2 hours of us showing up. So that was pretty cool.
And then just
and definitely high on the luck, because that was all that really made it possible.
I think we've done 14 locks today, I don't even know. But anyway, after we were coming through the last lock, we suddenly realised that we might actually make it to Stand Ground tomorrow. And Stand Ground is the lock that you have to book through that takes you onto the middle levels, because there's a lock keeper. And it was like 5:45, so like really after office hours. But we phoned up on the off chance, and she just phoned back and booked us in tomorrow afternoon. So
So we will
that's
have done
amazing.
the entire River Nene
In 3 days.
in 3 days. Dear Lord, that's why I'm so tired.
But anyway, Michael's about to run up the hill with George.
Yes. There's George.
He always does that.
Yeah.
You always do that. Shall I go and find your ball? Shall I find your ball?
I would like a bowl, Mommy. Okay, we're done. Come on, George. Up the hill. Up, 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 up. No, keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, keep it going. Keep it going up, keep it going up. Up to castle, George. Up to castle. Top of the castle. Top of the castle, George. Are you going to beat me up the top of the castle? That's fine. You beat me up at the top of the castle, George. Oh, that's some sharp plants. That's some sharp, scratchy plants. That is some, put some holes in your legs, sharp, scratchy pants. Not pants, plants. Okay. There we go, George. Top of the castle. Whew. George, I wasn't saying go. How am I supposed to throw it to you down there, George? Fine, I'll come back down. Through the sharp plants. Miscellaneous. Oh. They say every rose has its thorn. Well, let me tell you, the thistles definitely do. And these are the thistles. These are aggressive thistles. They're actually kind of pretty, except for the violence. Okay. All right. There we go, through the thistles. George! George! Look, I'm down. Where's your blah? Where's your blah? Here's your blah. Put your blah down. You're shooting right past me. There you are. Okay? Right? That way. That way. That way.